Hello everybody, welcome. So this is not the video I wanted to be doing today. I was able to work on the MR2 today, so that's a good thing. But I have some bad and some good news. I guess I'll start with the bad. I'm not going to be able to fix the cooling system the way that I wanted. It's not so much that the cooling system itself, it's the heater lines. I don't have heat in the car, and to me that's a safety issue, because if the windows fog up, you can't see, that kind of thing. So I was kind of wanting to get it fixed today. The heater core is fine. The selector valve is fine. It was a little corroded. I did clean it out, but that was last time. So I had gotten one of those kits, the silicone kits off of eBay, to replace all the rubber lines on the car. More bad news, I guess. Would do anything for the front of the car. It only does what's in the engine bay. So luckily I didn't spend too much on it. And one of the hoses I may have to sacrifice to fix one that I had to cut. The lower radiator that goes from the pipe to the radiator on the front of the car, I had to cut that one off because it wouldn't come off the radiator. So I may have to sacrifice one of the silicone ones to fix that, so I can actually get the car going today and back on its wheels. Currently it's up on jack stand, so I can get under the car. But there's something definitely wrong with the body lines going to the for the heater that run down above the tank or beside the tank. I have tried everything I know to try to clean it out. I've tried CLR, I've tried pressurized water with compressed air behind it. I've even tried a small snake. I mean, this is a 10-foot snake. I can't even get it a foot in either end from the engine or from the frunk. So that's not good. So there's definitely some corrosion, some buildup in the lines themselves, and to do it right, it's going to require me to pull the lines off, and that means pulling the tank again, and I am not doing that right now. It drives fine the way it is. It's just, I was trying to get the main systems working. Eventually I will add air back. Right now I'm not, but I guess for now I'm just gonna have to ride with the way it is, and just be careful. Keep me a rag or a towel or something so I can clean off the windshield if I have to. There's a couple of products that I could apply to the inside that should help, but I mean, it's not my daily, so it shouldn't be that huge of a deal. So anyway, that's enough of that. So I guess the part of the good news is I found where the leak on the transmission is. It's not totally the axle seal that I thought it was. There is a slight leak on the axle seal on the passenger side, which I will eventually replace, but it's so minor it probably doesn't even have to be done. The big problem is the driver's side inside axle, the bolts to the tulip. Its bolts had worked its way loose, and it was leaking pretty bad. That's actually what I saw on the ground under the car. So I'm going to pull that off, clean it up, possibly get some RTV or something to seal it up, because I don't have the actual, there's like a paper gasket or something that goes around it, and I'll retighten the bolts. So once I get that done, it should be able to be driven again. I've been charging the battery this whole time that I've been working on it, because Car sits here, doesn't get driven, doesn't get ran, so batteries was dead. So I didn't really get a whole lot accomplished today, not like I wanted to. And that kind of sucks, but it'll be okay. I think for right now I'm going to go back with just distilled water in the cooling system, because I'm not 100% certain if I need to get the radiator cleaned or not. I have some CLR in it right now, soaking. I will flush it completely out with some distilled water before I put it back in the car. But it's summertime right now. It doesn't really get that cold around here, except for maybe one day a year. And worst case scenario, I can drain out a gallon or so of the distilled water before it gets cold and put in some Toyota Red for the winter. So that's where we stand right now. So with that, these were the two things that were keeping me from even trying to schedule time to get to the dyno. So I'm going to talk to the Huxes and see when they have time, when my schedule and their schedule can align, and then we'll work it out from there. But I know if I set a date and the car is running and I don't mess with it before then I should be good. Just, if I have something scheduled, then I'll be okay. But if I just say, whenever the car's ready, I don't know that it's ever going to be ready. I've still got issues with the shifter. That really doesn't keep me from dynoing. I know a lot of you guys are wanting to see the dyno figures. And there is a local dyno, but it's a Mustang dyno. And everything that I've heard about those, they read really low. And just me, I don't want something that, for this, I don't want it to read really low and then a whole lot of people say, oh, I told you it wasn't going to make that much power. It's not going to make a bazillion horsepower. I know that. I feel like, and I guess I'll be on record saying this, that it should be around the 130 mark, 130, 135, something like that. It feels a lot stronger than the 16 valve ever did. It feels better than the silver top did, actually. It's not quite to the black top, but the black top never really came alive until after $5,000. I mean, it had good torque, don't get me wrong, for what it was. I think whenever I dynoed this car with the black top, it dynoed 135, and I can't even remember how many foot-pounds of torque. I'd have to go back and look at that dyno sheet. But it was a very flat torque curve, which the VVT helps with. And I have a feeling this one's going to be very similar, because it has the VVT-I, it's the intelligent VVT. So, we'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and, as soon as I do this video, I'm going to shoot an email or a message over to the Huxes and see what their schedule looks like, compare it to mine, and we'll see. And I also have something else up my sleeve for that day, weekend, whatever it happens to be. So we'll just have to see. But anyway, so let me get off here and get this car buttoned back up, steal this hose to make that other radiator hose, because I don't want to leave it up in the air, and I don't want to not put the radiator back in, because I know if I don't, and I don't get it running again before the end of the day, then it will not happen for a while. The reason I was able to work on it today is the family actually went to the in-laws. So those of you who are married understand. I took advantage of this day. I could have done stuff on the Tundra, but I kind of needed some therapy, and my therapy is the MR2. So I'm gonna get this thing going, hopefully before the rain hits. It's been a 40% chance of thunderstorms all day, but luckily I have not had an issue with rain, knock on wood. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. This will be a non-edited video just because I want to throw it up there for y'all. So if you like it, thumbs up, and also welcome to all of my new subscribers. You know, shoot me in the comments below. You know what your daily driver is. That sounds good, right? And what brought you to the channel? You know, was it MR2s? Was it Tundra? That's pretty much all. Well, I did have the GS400, the starter replacement on that, which actually is weird. That's one of my most viewed videos so far, was that starter replacement. So, okay, I hope it helps some people. But anyway, so like, comment, all that jazz. I'll catch y'all later.